Good day, good day, good day, whatever time of day it is that you are joining my live. Welcome to Weekly Wildlife Wisdom. Hi Robin, you're there straight away, which is wonderful. Robin is the lovely lady that came to me, wrote to me a little while ago and said she'd been noticing lots of moles coming up in her beautiful land where she lives in Wales. Hi Robin. And she'd love to hear more about their energy and their wisdom. So thank you Robin for suggesting that, because I love moles, and in a moment we're going to dive into their beautiful wisdom, and I called it Trust in the Darkness, which I think is worth exploring a little deeper and understanding what that actually means, because that can get misinterpreted. Robin saying, I'm so excited for this. Oh, bless you. Well, I love their message. I'm going to do something slightly different today, not hugely different, but I'm going to read the channeled message that I received from them. Let's have a look. I wrote this on the back. The 27th of February 2013, so it's almost 11 years ago, at 2:20 in the morning, because that's what would happen, and still happens sometimes, though not nearly as often now for me, that I'd wake up in the middle of the night and literally just grab a journal, which I'd always keep by the bed, and the message from a particular species would just come through. I'd go back to sleep, and then in the morning I would read it, and I literally would have no clue that I'd written any of that, because it was just literally coming through in pages often of writing. Thankfully I could just about read my scrawly handwriting in the middle of the night the next morning. So welcome Helen, welcome Adam as well. It's lovely to have you here. You're so welcome. So yeah, Weekly Wildlife Wisdom, as always, is about learning from nature, learning from the wild animals in terms of how their energy and essence is contained within a part of us. If you think of the universal hologram, where everything is created and made from the same things, and according to quantum physics, that means that therefore everything that's around us and in the whole world and beyond is also contained in some element, even if it's a teeny element within us, and the qualities and the energy and the wisdom are really central. So I believe, and I've always had this passion, that we can learn so much from their wisdom and the wisdom of nature, and that's why I share it here. So mole wisdom, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read their beautiful message in its totality, because it's straight from the mole's consciousness, not from their mouth, because obviously they don't talk the way that we do. But I'm going to read their message. Also wanted to just flag up that today and tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world, is a new moon. So of course a new moon is when the nighttime is at its darkest, because you don't get the reflection off the moon from the sun. So perfect timing. They always know, don't they, when to come forward. Morning, Susie. Oh, it's lovely to have you here. Welcome. I'm just about to begin. I was just saying it's a new moon in Aquarius. So again, we're into that darkness as well, which is not about, I separate evil out as a whole other connotation. We're all capable of very good things and very bad things, so none of us are immune, and that's what we need to integrate within ourselves and seek to be better human beings. And if we were all actively doing that every day of our lives, the world would be rebalanced, and that's part of why I do this as well. So the darkness is about the inner creation of the new, And so it's about the feminine, the dark feminine, which is all about when you plant a seed, you plant it underground, it goes into the darkness, and through the darkness it searches for the light and is born, and then begins to grow and flourish, and so on and so forth. Then it dies and it disintegrates, decomposes, goes back into the soil, etc., etc. So there's this beautiful cycle, and that's what I'm talking about when I say trust in the darkness. Also, non-coincidentally, I just realised this a few days ago, it's also the Chinese New Year tomorrow. I'm certainly not an expert in Chinese cultural beliefs, but it is the New Year of the Wood Dragon, which sounds amazing, doesn't it? So you've got the dragon that I know is considered the most powerful, the most potent of the 12, I think it's 12, animals. And so you've got that power of the dragon. But the wood element, that's the variable element, because the fixed element of dragons is earth, which again links to our beautiful moles. But the variable element, which means they rotate through the elements, the variable elements, each year with each particular animal, is wood. And that's all about creativity and visionary abilities. So 2024 is a really special year, and I keep getting little bits of understanding and information about that. So our opportunity this year, I think more so than possibly ever, but we'll see, is to really look at ourselves. And like I said earlier, like my lovely friend Chris Ong, who sometimes tunes in, who's an amazing photographer from New York, he talks about human better. And I love that. I think that's so perfect and exactly what's needed. How can we be better versions of ourselves in terms of the vibration, the energy we send out? Susie's saying cool with the dragon symbol. Yeah, I know, I love dragon energy, it's beautiful. My husband David, he is a fire dragon. Wow, so lovely. Born in 1976. So there you are. So let me read this mole message so that we can start to just imbue ourselves. Just, if you can, just relax yourself and maybe use some nice deep breathing while you listen to their message, and just give yourself this opportunity for 5-10 minutes just to relax and be present in the moment and just absorb. You don't need to understand it all. Like I said from the beautiful hair message, just let the information, just let the energy of this seep into your being, into your heart, into your soul. You don't need to remember it, you don't need to understand it necessarily, you just need to absorb it and let it naturally bubble through your energy. Again, you don't need to analyse that or understand, or have I got it, or did it work, or did I miss something? You won't. You'll absorb everything you need. The thing is to trust your body to take it in. Okay, so with that said, I shall become quieter, and I'm going to read it from the paper, so I won't be looking at you for a little while, but this is the message that I received from the moles. We do not see the light, we feel the light, and it is vastly changing now as it permeates the earth in which we live. We feel the shifts in vibrational energy, and it fills us with glee and bliss. There is much coming to be, much of which those of you who allow yourselves to feel the light can also sense. When you sense with your feelings as a key part of your allowing, you can more easily navigate these changing times. There is much fear prevalent in humanity still, and this poses a problem for the direction in which you need to move. We burrow through the earth following our feelings, yet not withstanding any fears that we may have. If we fear, we are aware and use the required skills to navigate ourselves. Yet onward we go, slowly, surely, until we reach our calling. You must do the same. We moles see in our hearts that this is challenging for you who feel, as there are so many of your kind that do not allow these guided feelings to permeate their being and are shut off, closed down, and do what they are deluded into believing is what is needed. This causes conflict in all of you that are doing what you feel is needed, digging along tunnels, new tunnels that are not charted in your minds. You may feel fearful and want to stay in the areas where the others all tunnel. Yet in your heart, you feel the call to tunnel in these new ways and areas, and they call with such sincerity, such authenticity, that you know deep in your heart they are true callings. So we moles are here to share with you that the new light bathes the wondrous Mother Earth and all around her, that it is safe and needed for you to be brave, to trust these new ways of being, to know that the calling of your heart to the new paths are safe, secure, and will take you to deliciously new and fertile lands. You will feel the richness and fertility of the soil as you step out boldly, excavating fresh soil under yourself, around yourself. You should know your fear is not real, yet the callings you feel are so very real, and this truth must be obeyed. We promise you it will lead you to riches untold, to places you need to go. It will also show others who feel the new light to have courage to tunnel their pathways too, to reach out and dig, to connect with others who are carving out new ways for themselves, and to join in new communities, to forge new bonds of love and awareness, clarity and limitlessness that is so needed now. The light supports this. It permeates your very essence and being, and lightens your load, lightens your heart, and lightens the electricity that pulses through every cell and fibre of your being. It allows and creates new levels of awareness and opens new pathways for you now. You must dig deep. Dig with focus and trust. Know that your new directions are actually not so new. They feel right. They feel great when you master the pretense of fear. The contrasting older consciousness wishes to raise within you as you pull away from the old, crumbling consciousness. As you carve the new, the different, you must allow it. Go with it. Give yourself rich, nurturing love, and do everything you need to prepare the fertile soil ahead for your passing. Breathe, ground, and progress. Keep the faith as you excavate with the guidance of your heart through the darkness. There is nothing to fear in truth. And we, moles, wish you to know this, to feel this, and to excitedly and wisely dig, burrow, create the paths that lead you toward your heart's desires. We share with you the support of mole kind. We are creating the fertile new earth, the soft earthy truth of the new dawn emerging. We want you to feel it around and within you now, and we urge you to step out. Do not resist, for this is futile, and painful experiences is all you receive in this resistance. Free yourself and follow the light. Follow it through the dark, and you will open your eyes to the magic that lays in waiting for you. We send you love and comfort from our soft selves. Trust the paths, dear souls. Trust. So isn't that lovely? I haven't read that actually. I read little bits of it just preparing for today. But they blow my mind, all of the animals, when I receive these messages. And I hope you enjoyed that. This message was a message I received after my book was published, The Purpose of Species. So it isn't one of the messages that's in the book, sadly. So I am, I think there will be a second book at some point, but it's sort of not yet. So so I can share that when I bring out the second book, whenever that is. Thank you. Robin says, beautiful. I know, isn't it? And Susie, yeah, so beautiful. And I also remember a story, well, it's not a story, it happened in my life. Every summer I would travel up to Scotland with my family because my mum's family are all from the northeast of the Scottish Highlands, and I would spend my summer holidays there. And my gramps, my mum's dad, was a farmer on a farm. He wasn't the farm owner. He worked for I don't think he was a lord, but he was like the lord of the manor. Had his big manor house, and he had a pristine grass lawn at the front, very big lawn, beautiful big stone house. My gramps, I don't know how long he did it for, I must find out, but he was charged with the duty of catching the moles. And by catching them, I do mean with traps that actually killed them, which used to horrify me. And I used to be really upset if he would come home saying that he had caught a mole. But I know he didn't enjoy doing that, but he was told he had to. And I would, I remember, it must have been about, my earliest memories of that, probably about 7 or 8. I remember sending out, just knowing intuitively to just say to the moles, stay away from the metal, stay away from the metal, and hoping and praying that they would sense that there was something there and move away from the trap before they got trapped. So I think that the catch rate was quite low, which I was always very, very pleased about. So that's a very strong memory for me in my childhood of why would we do that to these beautiful animals. I don't know if you've seen molehills that they come up with the earth. The earth is absolutely spectacular, and they create this beautiful tilled earth. And for us to decide, for the sake of our neat and tidy lawns, that we should trap them and take their lives, to me is absolutely crazy. But there you are. So I think that's it for today. Just give yourself maybe, again, I don't think you need to think about this. I think it's more feeling into what that message means for you personally over the next few days, however long it requires. And I'd love to hear from you, as always. Once I share the recording after this live, I love to get your comments and your likes, because of course your lovely comments here get taken away. So I'd love to hear from you. Robin saying, so true, it has such a wonderful texture. I love to see them in the fields here and even in the garden. And Helen saying, yes to the second book. Thank you, Helen. I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but it's definitely on the radar. But we will see, because I would love to get more of these messages out. There's something nice about having a physical book, isn't there? I used to have a website where I shared in a blog the messages, but I decided to stop that once the first book had come out. But yeah, I'd love to do that. Robin saying she agrees. Thank you, you are kind. So yes, I'll put that on my to-do list. And Robin, I know your new book's coming out soon as well, your first book, which I'm so excited about. So there's something in the air, isn't there? So I'm going to leave it there, leave you all in peace. Wish you happy new moon energies. Or what's Susie saying? I see the mounds, but I've only been lucky enough to see a mole once. So exciting. Yeah, they're incredible little beings. And their fur is so velvety soft. It's absolutely beautiful. And they are incredible. They build tunnels and chambers. They have different chambers for different things, and they share that with their families. They can share it with family, but they also like to be by themselves quite a lot. So they are amazing beings, and if you're called to moles, do sort of find out more about who they are, how they live, what their habits are, because that will also feed your understanding and your feeling for who they are and what that represents in you as well. So any animal that's calling you for whatever reason, I always say, look, read up on what, I know it's obviously coming from a human perspective, the science and all of that we've observed over the years. Not all of it's true, but there's always some kernels of truth in everything. And also feel into who they are to get that wisdom for yourself. So yes, happy new moon, happy Chinese New Year tomorrow with the wood dragon. Just feel into, again, what does that perhaps bring up in you? What does that make you feel, and how might that influence what you choose to do this year as well and beyond? So hopefully, all being well, I will be back next Friday, but it won't be at 10 because I'm going to be out. It's my creative morning day, but it'll probably be 2 o'clock or maybe 3 o'clock next week, but I'll let you know in the story and my post nearer the time, what time I'm going to do that, and we'll see who it's going to be. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here and for tuning in. Susie's saying they're probably best hidden here with cats and foxes in the garden. Yes, absolutely. They have to feel for that vibration and keep well away from them as well. So yeah, all in balance. But take good care of yourselves, sending you lots of love. And we've got lots and lots of rain here, and more flooding, but nothing that's causing any issues at the moment. So take care of yourselves, have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye, everybody.